Hi, everyone, and welcome to Friday Night Live. I am your host, Crystal Fry, and it is, as always, my pleasure to be here with you on Friday night at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I want to say hello and welcome to all of my friends who are joining tonight, whether you are watching over on Facebook, whether you are watching on YouTube, or welcoming in a brand new audience, all of my friends over on LinkedIn. So say hello as you come in. I will say hello back to you. Make sure that you drop your comments as we go throughout tonight's episode. Drop them down in the chat so that I can engage with you there. I love hearing your thoughts on our topics and everything that we have going on. Tonight's topic, are you still playing small? Are you still playing small? So when we think about that, and we're going to get into this a good deal tonight, so be prepared. When we're thinking about what it is to play small, what are some things that come to mind? Not meeting your potential, not living up to everything that you can do, staying hidden. I like to call it hiding in the hallway, right? All of these different things. What does that look like? How is it that you are not fully showing up in your life and doing everything that you are put here to do, living out your purpose, fulfilling your purpose, right? So let's get into this. As we're thinking about what it means to play small, what does it mean to play small? Some of the things I mentioned before, but also things like not taking risks, calculated risk, smart risks, right? Not taking those risks that could help you get to where it is that you want to go. Staying stuck. You guys know I talk a lot about getting unstuck, getting yourself unstuck. How do you do that? What does that look like? How can you move forward? Staying stuck is one of the things that we do when we allow ourselves to play small. We stay stuck. Waiting for the right time. Come on, be honest, and it's okay. It's all love here. I do everything from a place of love. There is no judgment, mostly because all of the things that I talk about, I've already been there. I've already experienced it. Sometimes I'm still experiencing it. Sometimes I'm still going through it. So for me, my perspective is I have no place to judge because I was either already there or from time to time, I'm still there going through it. So there's no judgment. So when we're waiting for that right time, when we're in a place where we're stuck, why do we do this? Why do we allow ourselves to continue to play small? Well, the easy answer is fear. We're afraid. We're afraid. Fear of failure, fear of success, fear of what other people think, other people's opinions. We may be experiencing a lot of uncertainty, not sure of what it means to not play small, because that's our comfort zone. Maybe for some of us, playing small is our comfort zone. That is where we are. That's where we have been. You ever hear people who don't change anything because, oh, well, that's the way we've always done it. Same thing applies to us in our ability to show up, in our decision to show up. Other things, why we play small. Sometimes we're coming from a lack mindset, L-A-C-K, lack. Not an abundant mindset, but a mindset of lack. Sometimes it's a feeling of unworthiness. Sometimes it is a feeling that we don't deserve it. And that, my friends, is one that I feel, empathize with, know intimately what that is. Because that was my story for a really long time. For a big chunk of my life, that was my story. The feeling of unworthiness, the feeling of undeserving, of why I was, undeserving of really a lot. We'll just leave it there. We are oftentimes afraid of how incredible we are. And that sounds weird, right? That sounds like, that sounds counterintuitive, counterproductive. That sounds not right. But it's the truth for so many of us. We're not, some of us aren't actually afraid of failure. We're afraid of how incredible we really are. And that's okay. That's okay. All of this is okay. Because here's the deal. Some of us don't realize we're playing small. Some of us don't realize that we're stuck. Because again, that mentality of, well, this is the way it's always been done. I'm nice here in my safe little tiny comfort zone. Why should I try to do anything more? Well, because you were created to do more. You were created to be more. So let's talk about how playing small affects us. How does this impact us? And you guys, if this is resonating with you, I really encourage you to go ahead and drop your comments down below. Again, this is a safe space. There is no judgment here. Drop your comments down below and share what it is that's resonating with you. So how does playing small affect us? How does it impact our lives? Well, we miss opportunities because we don't step outside of our comfort zone. We have regrets. Regrets are one of the most terrible things to end your life with. Regrets. I know that I don't want to get to the end of my life and look back and have a bunch of regrets. I'm really fine with having a bunch of failures, because if I have a bunch of failures, that means I was actually trying to do something. Whether I accomplished it or not, I was actually trying to do something. I decided it wasn't going to be in my best interest just to play it safe and stay small. I'm fine getting to the end of my life and having a bunch of failures, because I also know there's going to be a bunch of success in there too. I'm not okay with getting to the end of my life and having a bunch of regrets. And my friends, I don't want that for you either. Other ways that it impacts us: we aren't able to share our gifts with the world, with the people that we have been called to serve. And I say able, that word there is important. I use that word specifically. You guys know I'm a word junkie, so I use that word specifically because when we decide that we are going to continue to play small, when we decide that we are not going to take risks, when we decide that we are not going to bet on ourselves, we are not able to share our gifts with the world and the people that we're called to serve, because we don't allow ourselves to do that. And the big one here, the way that playing small impacts us, we miss out on our one and only life. You guys know, I say this, I've said it a million times. You get one life, just one. Like, this is it. What are you doing with it? If you are staying in a place where you are playing small, my friend, you are missing out on your whole life. And I don't want that for you. So, and I want to be clear here, because I think sometimes we get confused when we think that, you know, when we hear playing small, we sometimes feel like that means that, oh, well, in order to play big, I need to be big, right? I need to be loud. I need to be flashy. I need to be all over every billboard on every social media platform, and I need to scream it to the top of my lungs. Ladies and gentlemen, that's not what playing big means, right? Playing small doesn't necessarily mean that you're not showing, you know, that you're not visible. We're talking about playing small in the respect that you aren't using your talents the way that they were intended to be used, the way that you were intended to serve people, the way that you were intended to fulfill your God-given purpose. So let's be clear about that. When we're talking about playing small, we're talking about the fact that you are not showing up as the full expression of yourself. That does not mean that you have to get on social media and do live video and do this and do that and go, you know, be everyone, you need to be a household name. That's not what that means, because it doesn't automatically equate to loud and big. You can still play full out, even if you are quiet, even if you are a background player. listen, for many years of my life, that was where I found my joy, was never being in front of anyone. My joy came from, my service came from being a background player and making sure that the people who were standing in front had everything they needed, were well prepared, didn't have to worry about. I took so much joy and so much pleasure in being able to make it easier for the person who is standing out in front. I never wanted to be in front. Public speaking was, oh my goodness. I did a post a little while ago about this, about my fear of public speaking that I had and how it impacted me. Like I would look like a tomato, like from here up, and it would just like rise up. And y'all, I'm not talking about a little flush that sometimes if you pay really close attention, you might see that I get here because my lights are on and all that kind of good stuff. And I'm excited and I'm worked up or whatever. I'm talking about like sweating. Okay. And my cheeks so flushed and my words not coming and my voice quivering and feeling like my entire body was vibrating at a frequency that human bodies should not vibrate at, because I was so filled with fear about being the person standing in front, because that wasn't where I belonged at that point in time. I wasn't ready for that yet. Which now, of course, as I'm doing a live show every Friday night, and I have no problem talking in public, and I have no issues with standing up and speaking my truth and talking to anyone who wants to have a conversation, right? That's growth. That's progression. This is a different season of my life. I have moved from the background to the front. It's all part of the journey. So I want to be clear about that playing small, I'm not talking about, oh, well, you're playing small because I don't see you plastered all over social media. It's not what that means. Okay. Let's be clear about that. So how do we stop this foolishness of playing small? Well, I want to talk to you about 4 steps. Okay. And again, drop down in the comments if this is resonating with you, especially as we're going through these 4 steps. If you have questions, drop those down in the comments as well. I am happy to answer them. If you are watching in the replay, do me a favor. Drop your comments down, drop your questions down, drop them down there, because I will come back and I will answer those questions as well. So number 1, get clear on what you're here to do. All right, that's number 1. Invest the time to figure it out. Why are you here? What purpose are you here to fulfill? What purpose do you have in this life? And side note, you may have multiples. You may have different purposes at different times of your life. I know I certainly have. And I'm only hopefully halfway, maybe less than halfway through my journey in life. I've already had multiple purposes. So, but take the time to get clear. This is so important, because you can't play full out if you don't know what you're supposed to be playing, right? You can't play full out if you're not in the right ballpark. So 1, get clear on what you're here to do. Number 2, be on purpose about your purpose. Be on purpose about your purpose. Get intentional. That is such a key word. Get intentional about how you are going to show up to serve this purpose in the world. What does it look like? Is it social media? Is it sitting down having one-on-one conversations? Is it a new business? Is it being the best support system in the whole wide world? What is it? How are you going to show up? And again, that looks different for everyone. It's not a cookie cutter. You guys, we aren't cookie cutters. We didn't all fall out of the same mold. We're all individual. We're all unique. Things that work for me don't work for other people. And in that very same vein, things that work for other people don't work for me. And that is something that I am discovering, and it is becoming increasingly, incredibly clear to me that the things that work for other people that I watch, that I admire, that I work with, the things that work for other people don't work for me, because I'm not designed that way. I'm not created to walk that path. My design looks very different. And knowing that, understanding that, accepting that, going full into that is what is going to help propel me past barriers that I've been stuck behind, because I have a better understanding of what works for me, and I can be a lot more intentional and show up on purpose for my purpose. Number 3, recognize that fear will be waiting for you. It's going to be waiting for you. It might even greet you. It probably will. Sometimes a little more harshly than others, but that's okay. Fear is going to be waiting for you. Why? Because you are leaving your comfort zone. And again, we're not even talking about something big and huge. Having a conversation with someone you don't know. Reaching out to an influencer that you really admire, it's a risk, right? Because what if they reject you? What if they don't respond? What if something goes wrong? That's where the fear comes in, and the fear will attack that uneasiness. But here's the deal, and fear will try to keep you in the place that you are right now. Because if you stay in the place where you are right now, you can't get to where you're supposed to be. Fear will be waiting for you. Know that. Recognize that. And understand that it's not something for you to be afraid of. It's something for you to use. Okay? It's something for you to use. My good friend, Coach Latavia Renee, has an amazing podcast, which I'm going to be a guest on. As soon as I get the date when that episode is going to air, I will make sure that you guys know about it, and I'll drop the link so that you can take a listen. Her podcast is called Fear to Fortitude, right? And that's what she talks about. She brings on a lot of amazing people to talk about fear and how you overcome, how you use it, how you leverage that fear. So if you can go listen to it on Spotify. You can go find it where podcasts are played. It's called Fear to Fortitude with Coach Latavia. So I highly recommend that. And again, like I said, I'll drop the link. I'll drop all the information when my episode is going to be airing so that you can go listen to that as well. Because that's one of the big things that I do talk about in there is how you overcome that fear. Like, where does it come from and how do you get through it? So that was number 3. Number 4, take action. How do you overcome fear? Take action. It doesn't have to be huge action. You guys know this as well. I'm not so much a big leaper. I'm a baby stepper. I need to ease myself in. Again, this is how I am designed. This is how I am created. I hear in my head a lot of times, leap and the net will appear. And I've done that once or twice. It's worked out for me, but those were situational. I am a baby stepper. I need to get into it. I need to let it grow. I need to let it develop. I need to let it blossom on its own. I can't force it. I can't push it. It doesn't work for me when I do that. So even if it's small at first, take action. Make one phone call. Send one email. Research your new product idea. Whatever it is for you. Take small steps at first. Let the momentum build. Baby step it if you have to. Baby step into expanding your comfort zone. But take some action. Now, another really, really great thing that I want to tell you about tonight, another really great piece of information. Here's another really good gem. Get out of your head about everything. Get out of your head about everything and tap into your own intuition, your own inner guidance. Ladies and gentlemen, you are already equipped with everything that you need to stop playing small and start shining that beautiful light that is inside you. Okay? And remember, you don't have to stand up on top of a building and shine it like the Batman signal. Okay? It doesn't have to be that big. Big is a relative term. when we're talking about playing big, playing small. It's about how are you showing up? Are you fully showing up as the full expression of who you are and who you were created to be? Now, in this whole process, because that's a lot, listen, I am here for you, okay? I know the struggle of playing small. I know it intimately, okay? I have done this for a long, long, long time in my own personal life. It's painful. It's frustrating. It is at times unimaginably unbearable. Woo, let me get my words out tonight. I understand. I understand that frustration. Been there. It's very uncomfortable. I don't want that for you. You deserve more. I said this at the beginning of the broadcast. You deserve more. You were created for more. And I believe this with my whole heart and every single fiber of my being, right? All the cells of my body radiate out that you are more. So let me just push some of that really amazing energy to you right now, because you were created for more and you deserve more. Playing small doesn't serve you and it doesn't serve the world. It doesn't serve the people that you were put here to serve. If they can't find you, how can you ever help them? So if you are struggling with this, I would love the opportunity to talk to you about it. Again, that's what I do, and see if I can help. So if you are interested, then you can grab a spot on my calendar. The link is right here. It's also in the description of the video, but you can grab a spot on my calendar right here at bit.ly/see-me30. It's 30 minutes, doesn't cost you a thing. It's just a conversation to see where you are and where do you want to go? And can I help you get there? Maybe, maybe not. Again, I'm not for everyone and everyone is not for me. And that is part of the beautiful part of this process is we get to know each other and find out if we are a good fit. And if we are, great. And if we're not, that's great too. I may be able to direct you to someone who can help you better than me. So, and anyway, I want to drop this link here for you so that you've got it. You can grab a spot on my calendar. It, in all honesty, would be my honor to serve you in this capacity and helping you to find your path forward. It would truly be my honor. So grab a spot on my calendar. Let's have that conversation and see where it goes. I love to talk to new people. I love talking to my friends. I love talking to my new friends and, my friends that have been around a while, because here's the deal. We all need to stop playing small. We all need to show up as the full expression of who we were created to be. Some of us struggle with that because we're not really sure who that is. That was me. I knew I needed to do something, but I could not define that something, right? I knew there was something more. I just knew it, but I struggled to find it. And I was so incredibly frustrated because I couldn't find it. I couldn't find it on my own. I needed some help, which is an amazing thing, right? That's actually how I wound up becoming a coach in the first place. So at any rate, with that, I'm going to wrap everything up. Again, I want to thank you so much for joining me, whether you were live here in the audience tonight, whether you are watching in the replay. I do want to shout out my new friends that are joining from my LinkedIn profile, also my friends over on Facebook, and as always, my friends over on YouTube. Do me a favor, if this video has resonated with you, like, subscribe, share it, all the things. Make sure you click the link to get notified when we are live or when new videos are posted. And I hope that you all have an incredible weekend. Awesome, 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 Christina. Yep, we're going to close in just a minute so you can go back and catch the replay. I appreciate you, as always, being here with me. I hope you have a fabulous weekend. And yeah, just so much good energy and love flowing out to you right now. So take care. I will see you all again real soon.